have an imagination, we have dreams, we have fantasies, we have poetic instincts. Images are an expression of that aspect of our life, which is beyond the daily, which is beyond the practical.
Children like the pictures, and because of that they read.
The vocabulary also increases, the concentration increases.
Amar Chitrakatha.
Amar Chitrakatha and Tinkle.
Well, years ago, when I'd gone on a visit to Delhi, at the junction of Gurudwara Road and Azmal Khan Road was a shop, it's still there, called Maharaja Lal and Sons. A number of people had gathered outside the shop window. Out of curiosity, I also went close and saw that a quiz contest was being held on the TV. We didn't have TV in Bombay at that time, 1967. I also stood by and watched the program. None of the 5 students of a reputed college of Delhi could answer a simple question like, what is the name of the mother of Rama? But a little later, when there was a question on Greek gods on Mount Olympus, the answer came immediately and correctly. I realized that our children were getting alienated from their own culture, from their own roots. And that is why we had the earlier slogan, Amar Chitrakatha, the root to your roots. That is how Amar Chitrakatha was born.
One will see that there is a lot of books, the Bibles, the Ramayans, these are illustrated. So these are the, this is a pretty long span, almost of about 10,000 years that one is talking about. But visual narration becomes part and parcel basically in the modern era.
In my childhood, we read comics on David Copperfield, Oliver Twist, Charles Dickens stories. So we couldn't relate to those figures which were drawn with long hats and long coats. And then I asked my father. So he said, when these stories were written, this was the dress code. So it really gave us a lot of knowledge.
Kathachalena balanam nitihi tadhi kathyate. On the pretext of telling a story, you can imbibe values, cultural values in children.
In comics, that is in Chitrakatha, we have to tell the stories through pictures. So that goes on. So there should be a continuity and the consistency of the characters. The background scene, if it is moving slowly, we have to consider that also. The characters should look like the same with different expression of course. This is an action. He has thrown something, a javelin, a disc or something. He has also thrown it. But here the action has taken a good shape, more dramatized. So in action, you have to catch the exact point where it is mostly emphasized.
The child has to visualize the story. We give only a few pictures, a few words. The child fills in the blanks. Now this is possible because to help the child to visualize, we give a long shot first. Where is this happening? What is the house like? What are the backgrounds? Is there any lake nearby? So the child can imagine where this action is taking place. And then comics are essentially a mid-shot technique. Most of the shots are mid-shot. Once in a way we give close-ups to show emotion. He's angry, he is very unhappy, or she is crying. To show expression. Someone is whispering, then we put dotted lines to make it very clear. And someone is shouting, we make it big bold type and dark colors. And then we say, then it so happened that, and I don't say the whole thing, the rest of that is in the visuals below. We do a lot of research before giving the script to the artist. That's not all. You see, for example, Vivekananda, everyone knows, said, my brothers and sisters of America. But it is easy to say, but to show it in pictures, how did he stand? What was behind him? What was the background? When he came and sat down, who was sitting next to him? Who was sitting right to him? I had to read not less than 1,500 pages before I could put my signature. Okay.
पहले तो पढ़ना है, पढ़ के वो हिस्ट्री है, मैथोलॉजी या अभी लेटेस्ट का जो है ना, वो सोच के उसमें का सिचुएशन क्या है उसका रेफरेंस जमा करना, बाद में कॉमिक का विजुअलाइजेशन बनाते हैं। और विजुअलाइजेशन के बाद में लेटरिंग आर्टिस्ट की तरफ हो जाता है। और लेटरिंग आर्टिस्ट इसलिए कि वो स्पेस बलून डायलॉग जो है ना वो फिक्स होते हैं। फिक्स होने के बाद में फिगर कितनी बड़ी होनी चाहिए, जैसे कि विजुअल बनाया है वैसे कि वैसा नहीं होता, छोटा बड़ा इधर उधर करना पड़ता है, क्योंकि उस हिसाब से फिगर छोटी बड़ी पेंसिलिंग में बन जाता है। पेंसिलिंग के बाद में इंकर की तरफ जाता है। इंकर का मतलब वो जो पेंसिल जो बनाया है उसका ब्लैक इंक में जैसे कि वैसा वो इंक आउट करना, मतलब छपने के जैसा पेंसिल का छपना मुश्किल होता है, इसीलिए ब्लैक इंक से बनाया जाता है। और इंकिंग ये स्पेशलाइजेशन है, जैसे कि पेंसिलिंग है वैसा ही इंकिंग है। तो इंकिंग होके उसका जेरॉक्स कॉपी कॉमिक की साइज की बनाई जाती है और फिर कलर स्कीम बनाई जाती है।
I think we need fictional characters. Our own experiences and lives are not sufficient. It doesn't satisfy certain fantasy and vicarious adventure that we need.
माइथोलॉजिकल कैरेक्टर्स की बात करो तो हमारे यहाँ 33 करोड़ देवी देवता हैं। हिस्टोरिकल कैरेक्टर्स की बात करो तो भरे पड़े हैं हिस्ट्री में। लेकिन जब मॉडर्न सुपर हीरो की बात आती है तो हमारे देश के बच्चे विदेशों के सुपर हीरो देखते हैं, कैप्टन प्लैनेट, सुपरमैन, स्पाइडरमैन, बैटमैन।
1984 approximately, when the TV became popular all over the country, that affected the print medium. Many children's magazines closed down. Our sale of Amar Chitra Katha was also affected. That sale of Tinkle also were affected.
Children more or less like, which is spoon fed feeding. So they like to sit in front of the TV screen.
अक्सर पहले आपकी कॉमिक्स बनती है, उसके बाद में उस पर टीवी सीरियल बनती है या फिल्में बनती है। सुपरमैन, बैटमैन, स्पाइडरमैन, पहले उसकी कॉमिक्स मशहूर हुई, बाद में उस पर फिल्म बनी या सीरियल बना। हमारे बारे में उल्टा हुआ। हमारे सीरियल, अभी दिस इज 7th year ऑफ शक्तिमान गोइंग ऑन। सीरियल 2 साल 3 साल में इतनी पॉपुलर हो गई कि उस पर कॉमिक्स बननी शुरू हुई। किसी ने कहा आप कॉमिक्स बनाइए। आई अप्रोच्ड द फर्स्ट टाइम विद डायमंड कॉमिक्स and we were given an entry into Limca Book of Records also for this, कि पहली बार ऐसा हुआ है कि सीरियल इतनी पॉपुलर हुई है कि उसकी कॉमिक्स में।
Slowly a point came when there was a realization that the print medium is also important and the child must also learn to read. So slowly the readers are coming back to the print medium.
We've sold almost 90 million copies of Amar Chitra Katha in the last 35 years since publication, as you could take an average of about 2 lakh copies per title have sold.
I like reading books more than watching TV.
And they watch TV also and then they read.
In spite of being the media and all these TV channels coming up, it doesn't make any difference.
Basically, no form of human expression ever dies. Changes, but it exists. According to today's times, the comics do give much attention to lighting, camera angles and so on in their panels, and the art continues to change and modify itself. So come, let's pick a comic book and start reading.